All right, now business from City Council. So for our reports, let's start with Councilmember Buckland.
Thank you very much, Mayor. For those that watched some things today happen, things go up and things come back down. And I know many of you are thinking I'm talking about the stock market. I'm not. I will point out an amazing thing happened today. SpaceX, Elon Musk, managed to put a car into space and hurl it towards Mars. Why is this important? Because we talk about advancing in our area. We had Mrs. Detmer up here who had a lot of contact within the space industry. But, you know, I think with Elon Musk and his achievements, nothing is out of reach. And in case you didn't see it, they managed to use what has not been used in years, the Atlas launch pad at the Cape, and they launched a heavy vehicle into space, kind of resembled a little bit of the shuttle. Elon Musk gave it a 50-50 chance of being successful, but as successful as he is and as far-reaching as his team is, it was 100% successful. They were able to bring all three components, the two booster rockets and the main rocket, back down to their landing points, which were absolutely amazing to watch that. Catch the news at 11 o'clock tonight because it will blow you away as to what happened. But nothing is out of reach, and I think our community has that very same kind of focus on where we are going. I've attended a couple of the SACOG, the main board of directors meeting. Not much other than just routine business at SACOG was developed, except we did see some reports on our local region, and it didn't include. It was from the Brookings Institute. Did not include the two northern counties, both Yuba and Sutter County, and the jurisdictions here. We did have a meeting with all of the staff members, or a number of staff members, kind of related to that shortly after that board meeting on that day down in Sacramento, and they're going to include some of the Brookings data, and we're going to see some things from that study, more about the 6-county region. And what also spurred out of that was some sub-meetings that will be going on, and as those develop, we're looking at economic prosperity of the two counties up here and the jurisdictions, the 4 municipal jurisdictions that are also involved with the 2 counties. So I think that's great. We also, at a meeting Monday, we had our city manager also at that meeting, along with the heads of, or a number of elected representatives, one from each of the jurisdictions with the exception of Wheatland, but also staff members, and also there was Darren Gale and our city manager. So we look forward to that. We'll be bringing back more information to the mayor to make some decisions on possibly putting together part of a committee to be able to look at what the regional opportunities, the North region opportunities are for us. That's all I have.
Thank you. Next we have, actually, Councilmember Cordes is not here. Councilmember Cleveland.
Yes, thank you. Had actually a relatively busy time last few weeks. Attended the mosquito vector meeting. Actually, it was a subcommittee ad hoc regarding solar project. They're looking at trying to reduce their costs, and in a couple of the projects actually proposed would supply 99.7% or up to 106%. So there would be some leeway for their electricity use. Attended the employee awards dinner this past Friday or Saturday. Yeah, Friday. Many employees that. And many of them go out of their way to exceed their expected customer service, and they were recognized for that. Only one group could win in each category, but there were three. I think it was selected 3 possibilities out of each one, and each one of those selections were just phenomenal. Great people, employees. Was online or on a phone call regarding Lake Oroville spillway recovery. It's a monthly update. It's on the phone. There was good general information to keep us up to date as to what DWR is doing and the progress of the project. But there's still a lot of work to do this year. And it also, they still need to address the community economic stresses that occurred because of their inability to let's say, operate the process correctly. They've acknowledged it, and we're still pushing forward. Some in the community, you probably saw that on the news about how some of them are bringing lawsuits to force their hand onto doing something. That's very difficult when you're dealing with the state of California government. Attended January 25th, the swearing in of a new police dispatcher. We're finding some very high quality people that are stepping forward and joining our police force and also in our fire. It's awesome that we're having such quality people applying, and we're able to be very selective in their process. January 18th, I attended the League of California Cities Policy Committee. I'm on the Environmental Quality Committee, and there were so many items that we had to select from that we finally did narrow it down to 3. I can't remember exactly what they are right now. I should have written that down. But one of them is AB 1383, which has to do with the collection of solid waste, and actually for implementing a plan to have the residential collection of food waste be required in some form or another. So instead of just schools and larger restaurants and stuff, it's going to try to implement every resident recycling your food waste. I have a lot of problem with that since I recycle it already into my garden. Yuba Center Transit meeting I attended, also Regional Waste Management Authority. And yesterday, I attended the Feather River Air Quality Management District. And there's been the state of California had some according to their formulas, they were recommending some funding coming forward from different sources, and they never even followed their formula for our area. They were going to try to give us only I think it was $300 and something thousand for some efforts for air quality. And the real formula, if they had followed it, it would have been $2.5 million. So we are going back to them and saying foul and pushing hard to get them to do properly, follow their own rules for our area. And that's not an uncommon thing. We're always having to watch out for the state and their implementation because they don't even follow their own rules. And so that was basically what I had. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have Vice Mayor Harris.
All right, real quick. Unfortunately, I missed the North State Economic Forecasting Conference up in Oroville because I was sick. Apparently have what I maybe gave mine stuff to Manny, but missed that. I did make it to the whiskey tasting fundraiser event for the Off the Leash Dog Park, which is, if anybody's did anybody go to that? You guys laughing at something else?
You were well enough to go to that.
I was well enough to go. It wasn't the same day.
Right?
It was not the same day.
That's how
I don't think.
That's how you get cured. That's how you get cured.
Anyway, so I went to that. It was a fun time. I understand Uber put to good use that night, but that was good. SASA meeting, somewhat related to the animals. I attended that. It was basically a year-end report, and they continue to do a very good and efficient job in their facility down there. They're a good group of people. Yuba Center Arts, I'm on that board, and we had a board meeting, the monthly board meeting. Also, we had a board retreat on a Sunday for about half a day in a private residence. Just went over kind of strategically some plans of things to make the community more vibrant and arts-oriented and beautify the area around here. They have a few things coming up. The Faces of Interment, the photography show, a lot of musical events, and we're working on something like photography, not really a show, but something they're going to try to incorporate some photography where I enjoy photography. Councilman Pedigo over in Marysville does, and so we thought, well, I can photograph Yuba City and he can photograph Marysville. We can put it on display. But then we decided, well, why don't we just do each other's and we'll swap, and I'll try to find something good about Marysville over there. And I'm sure that was something to I got to choose 12 things. So I've already taken about half of my photos. It's a pretty good thing. So we're going to do that. I'm not sure how they're going to be displayed, but it should be an interesting, fun time. If anybody gets the Prospects magazine, was in the newspaper, half of the events that are on that calendar, I know I go through that calendar a lot to pick up the phone and start plugging things in every time it comes, but half of them were from Yuba Center Arts, at least, or I think over half of them. So they're very, Dave Reed and Abby over there, very busy, very creative. They're very good about getting and winning grants, and it's just a fun time. It's a nice, enjoyable group of people. I'm happy to be a part of it. Also attended a reception for elected officials. It wasn't really a meeting, so there's nothing really necessarily to report, but it was down at the near the state capitol in the Sutter Club, Asian Pacific Islander American Public Affairs group, I guess. Senator Jim Nielsen was a founder of that group, and it's a very good organization, very nice people. Their purposes, and I had not heard of it before, they go by their acronym, PAPA, but they learn about efforts to inspire, engage, and empower the public about public policy and how we foster future leaders from minority communities to serve at federal, state, and local levels in the government. So you understand minority communities, even though their name is Asian Pacific Islander, anybody and everybody can be a part of it. Scholarships or any type of empowerment projects is available. So it would be nice to see if we can get some folks from here to take advantage of those opportunities. I also attended Yuba City Employee Appreciation event, had the same takeaway as Councilman Cleveland did. Very enjoyable group. They put so much time and effort into the decorations alone. But, the nominees, everybody has a story, and everybody does something phenomenal every day. I have no doubt about that. But the nominees alone, they're just really great people who go above and beyond to serve our community. And it was very nice to be there and talk with those folks and be a part of showing some appreciation for them. And I attended the Rotary Crab Feed and stuff myself. So it's always a fun time, too.
That's good.
That's
That
it.
was some good crab, too. Thank you. All right. So I attended the Economic Development Commission. What I'm doing is I'm actually going out to all of the commissions to get to meet with all the commissioners and also to see where projects are and what we're doing and to help the commissioners along with our directors and leads and be a more active participant with the commission. So it was nice to be a part of that. So I'll see you again. A redevelopment oversight board meeting. The main topic there was that this oversight is going to become a regional effort. So they are working towards that, and we're looking for more information soon to come. Also attended the Employees Awards dinner, and amazing employees who, behind the scenes, really make this city work. And I have to say that the costumes, comedic. It was a really fun night, but thank you to all the employees who continue to do all the hard work and keep us all functioning and providing the services for our community. Attended the Rotary Crab Feed. Great attendance. Also, some of you know that we have the Summer at City Hall program here. It's in June for 3 weeks for our high school students. We are now in works with the applications and get those out there to the high schools. So please help spread the word, get our high school students involved in civic engagement, learn how their city functions, and learn about the careers and opportunities that come with it. And then we have a message from the mayor of Torrid City, which is our sister city, and I'm just going to go ahead and read it. It's a short message for the new year. On behalf of Torrid City, I would like to wish you and the citizens of Yuba City peace, health, happiness in the new year. May the year be rich in accomplishments and reward all the future aspirations with overwhelming success. My sincere thanks for the goodwill and friendship over the past years, and I look forward to the future Yuba City delegation visits. Sincerely, Shingo Fuji, Mayor of Torrid City. With that, next week, we will be leaving for Japan. We have 16 students from here that will be traveling to Japan, along with 4 adults. And then Terrell and I will be also assisting with the program this year. So we will give you more information when we get back. So it's supposed to be cold, and I might be jet lagged because I'm getting here right before our city council the next time around. So just FYI. All right. With that, there's nothing else, and the meeting is adjourned for tonight.